Okay, what's up everyone? I'm Steve, and today I'm with Lemmon and Azzerxy here, and today we're going to be talking about their BAM 1 map. And they won BAM 1 back when BAM, we were still trying to figure out what the heck BAM would even become, and it was pretty impressive, and it was very different from anything we'd seen. So, with that, I'll turn it over to you two and just ask, what was the inspiration there to make a giant room like this?
So actually at first we had BAM and Azzerxy and me were playing separately. I was like, hey, do you want to build a map? I have this idea. And originally we were actually going to build like this giant mall building. It was going to have a tree in the middle, and it was going to be like a bonsai tree and like a circular mall at the top. But then halfway through that we were like, hey, we like this giant structure idea. And I love those old Gmod like maps where it's like this big room. We should try to do that in Yeeps, and it worked out. We didn't have all the blocks, so we got to buy them as we were making.
Yeah, during the building process, we bought basically half the tech web.
That's funny.
It was really
I owned
fun.
At the end, I owned everything.
Nice. So what do you think? How did it feel to win the first BAM?
It was quite amazing, and it was kind of very surprising that we'd won.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see that we got in finalists, and then everyone came in here and was building sky bases and all that. It was super cool to see.
Yeah, yeah, and in the way we kind of vote and make everybody vote, it really is like the community choice. So it can be kind of scary when you get there. But the finalists, doing the video, that was a thing. Like, do we even do this? How do we do this? Like, trying to figure it out from our end was crazy. So you guys having to do it from your end must also be interesting. And then when you got the BAM trophy, we hadn't locked it yet, so. Like, yeah. I know BAM spamming was a thing. Yeah. How many people asked you for the BAM trophy?
I don't even.
It was
we
so
can't even
wild.
come up with the number. That's how many people.
It was so funny.
Hundreds, is it right? If not thousands.
We had to yell at Nathan to fix it a couple times.
Yeah.
People can pick them up and steal them, and then people would always throw them around and be like, "Hey guys, you want this?" And I'd pull it out of my inventory, and they'd always freak out and get scared. It was really funny.
Yeah, it's funny because people ask me, "Do you have the BAM trophy?" And I don't. I'm like, I can't even.
Yeah.
Like, if I pick it up, I can't pick it up. So it really is. Yeah, it really is an elite thing. Like, only the BAM winners have it, and it's something that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about the way it turned out and the way we kind of restricted it just to BAM winners. So it is cool. But all right, let's go explore the map now. Or actually, what's your favorite part of the map? Each of you.
I would have to say the pillow structures, to be honest.
I really like the pillow structures.
Yeah.
I really like
a certain charm.
Pick.
I remember thinking the bookshelf was really cool because it felt so realistic.
Like the shelves?
Yeah, like the shelves, because that's something that you see in a room that's really realistic, yeah.
And the thing is, we didn't even have all the paints at the time. It was just suburbs, so we had to get crazy with like using. I think this is from Plaza. This light blue on the little console right here. And we had to get these white blocks for the pillow or for the book. And all that. We had to get very crafty with what we had at the time.
Yeah.
On this blue gnome wasn't a thing. We didn't have those. We had to get really careful with.
And then the switch. I remember seeing the switch for the first time and thinking it was cool.
That was a really funny idea. I really love these all around the map.
Oh yeah, the launch pads.
Do that. Oh, this cage, the animal cage was pretty cool to make.
Yeah.
Did we even come up with what animal would be in here?
I think we just said lizard.
Yeah.
I think lizard because.
And we had to do this on the sides because there wasn't even the corner pipes then either.
No.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty limited with BAM, so I don't blame anybody with what they had to come up with.
Yeah. Well, it also inspired people to get pretty clever. Like, and I still see some of that inspiration today. Like, people will just get really clever with their blocks and make stuff that you didn't expect, or just make stuff to fit. This was supposed to be a giant chest, right?
Yeah, a little coin chest.
Yeah, a little
like a little
stash chest.
Maze in it.
Yeah. Very cool.
There's a flower down there.
And then there's
and then there you go.
It's Inception. There's another one inside the
There's a
chest.
chest inside of a
Nice,
chest.
the
and
chest
over here,
inside the chest.
there's a little gnome with the
Very
flower.
cool.
Cheeto gnome.
Yep.
Cheeto gnome. Yes, the Cheeto gnome.
So
And
what do you think
this
the
was-
experience overall was good or bad or like chaotic?
For making BAM or just like
yeah,
the BAM?
the first
Yeah.
BAM, and have you like what's your experience after winning
Like-
BAM 1 and building again? Oh, I forgot
It's-
about the giant
it's-
gnome.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
the giant gnome.
That was cool.
I forgot
like
the giant gnome on its side.
We didn't have white, so we had to use these blocks, but it still worked.
Yeah,
mean,
I forgot. I forgot that we did that.
That's right,
Yeah,
because
white.
white, the color,
Didn't exist.
the color white wasn't out to you guys yet. That's
Yeah,
right. I
no.
remember. We still had that. That was the dev only color at that point.
I remember when
That's
that
funny.
map circulated where someone got blue and white.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it just spread like
We
wildfire.
were with someone and they just had it and we freaked out like what? And
Yeah, it was really crazy.
yeah, that was a whole situation. But also,
Well, then look,
man, you gotta tell
giant
Nathan to give
flower.
us 2x2 pillows. 'Cause-
Oh yeah. Yeah, look at the corners. Yeah, we
Let's
couldn't
see.
really make it work well.
oh yeah, okay, I see.
that too.
That's funny.
I really want more pillow blocks, Eddie. But
So it's so funny you mentioned that because we talk about which blocks to add, and the debate about pillow blocks is we don't know if people actually use them that much. Like structures like this, I don't even know if people use these in BAM anymore or building because they just get blown up. So it's kind of like a vestige of old construction. So I don't know, but it is a good choice. I'll bring it up to Jack and Nathan, but we do
Yeah.
talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I,
We just
I
don't to add any.
the thing I love a lot is in the artist workshop. Them old pillow concepts look really awesome to me.
Oh, yeah.
I really
Yeah.
love like the mattress. That would be so nice, so cool.
Yeah,
That'd be
the
really sick.
first concepting was really fun. Actually, all the concepting is always fun.
Yeah, I
like
really
we
love
still do a lot of
concept
concepting even to this day. Like everything we add, it goes through a concepting phase with Brian or Cindy concepting the pillows or the cosmetics or whatever, and then Jack, Nathan, and I kind of refining it and trying to get it to match what we were looking for, and then Christine or Devin modeling it, and it goes through such a process that it doesn't seem like a process, but it is, and it's not chaotic. It's actually just a ton of fun because you see it come from an idea of like, hey, we should do a squid cosmetic, and then watching it go from just that to what it ends up being in the game is so cool because every step of the way somebody on the team improves it, and that's one of the most amazing things. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
that's the
really
same
love
idea with
the-
you all. Like your collaboration, your ideas, and how you build stuff helps inspire us too of what we could do. Like, look at how big this room feels. Like this was one of the
It
things
feels
where I went,
huge.
"Holy
And what's
crap."
weird, it's funny because like sometimes the maps feel so small and then they can feel so ginormous like this.
Exactly.
you
Like
wouldn't
this was
possibly ever need
one.
this much space.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is the
it's
one that
weird.
really made me think, oh man, we could really build a big map and do some crazy stuff. But yeah, sorry, keep going. What are you gonna
So
say?
yeah, it's really
Yeah.
it gives you perspective of like, man, sometimes it feels like, oh man, I don't have enough space at all, and then
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like, what? How do I fill this? How do I fill all this this space? And it's really funny. It really just
Yeah.
depends on what you're building.
No, for sure. And look, I thought that was a good choice too. The green,
The little
the
UFO,
neon green,
that, like,
yeah,
night
the
light.
UFO.
That was
Because you
actually
do
the last
see-
thing we've ever built in this map.
That was
Really?
We were planning
wow.
on having like
Yeah.
a post. That was very last minute.
Yeah,
You can there's a the thread you can see
And you can
all the process.
and you can see
Oh,
from
yeah,
up
this
here,
and
just
the fan was like very last minute.
you can see the perspective of the bed, the gnome, and everything, and it does look just like a giant bedroom, even with the ceiling fan up there. I forgot about the ceiling fan. That was a great touch. And then I've seen a lot more ceiling fans after this in big bedrooms.
Yeah.
I think Rat Cafe
And-
has one too.
Yeah,
like
the thing
that.
is, after this, I've seen in BAM just alone a lot of like big room maps, and it's kind of
Yeah.
interesting to think whether or not if we had won the first one, if even gotten finalist, if like would that be as popular, or like would
Yeah,
people
I
like
don't
to
know.
do that, or like
It's
think
a
that?
good-
I don't know. I feel like maybe it wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, that's a great call because one of the coolest things about BAM is that we hope whoever wins or whatever wins or with the finalists at least will help inspire for the next BAM. And we've seen so many improvements from BAM to BAM to BAM. It's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Like,
is
I
cool,
saw
though.
Pebbles. Pebbles, it was the ocean one, or the one after that with surfing or something. And his architecture and just like, it was just him alone. He did a phenomenal job on that, and he did that all by himself, and I thought that was really cool looking.
Yeah,
The Yeeps.
you know, I built solo and I built with teams, and I always love building with teams much
Yeah.
more because it's so much fun and it's collaborative. And like I said earlier,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that process of from idea to how it ends up in the game is just, you get much more improvement every time you have somebody contributing. So I don't know how people do the solo builds anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Azzerxy just started, and then we got a guy on BAM 2 Fire Ice and Stasis. That was cool, and we have like skate park, and then we got a new team member recently. We got pretty good set now, and we've made a lot of cool maps that I'm really proud of. And
That's awesome. What's your
we
team
learned a
look like
lot.
now? How many people?
For
four.
me, Azzerxy, Thermal Stasis, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. We have our code Lado with all that.
Yeah.
in there.
Oh,
We
nice.
put all of our maps in there.
All right, what's your biggest piece of advice for a new BAM builder?
I
That's an
would
interesting
I would
question.
check out how the official maps do it, because they look really great. You should see how
Yeah.
they're constructed and look at them time lapses that are on the YouTube. Those are really helpful, I think.
Nice.
And also looking back at some other builds like Pebble stuff. Those are really helpful. They look really great.
All right. Well, anything else you want to say, or anything else you want to talk about?
Oh, one thing I didn't want to note is that you can kind of tell if you look in that corner specifically, the lighting is very lackluster, and that's something me and Lemmon talked about, and it kind of started out like, we wanted to add like string lights, like LED lights.
or-
You know how some
or
people have
poster.
LED lights?
Oh, yeah.
like posters. But
The
then in
headlighting,
the end, it resulted in the UFO. So that's actually what. came
Oh,
up
nice.
with
There
it.
Yeah,
you go.
I'd love some more
Yeah.
like lighting.
Yeah, the lighting
Just
is
ways of lighting in the game somehow.
Okay.
Like,
No, that's good
one
feedback.
of the biggest things that I wish comes at some point, and I've talked about endlessly, is like colored lighting instead of the like over there how it's just like white light, just generic
Yeah.
brightness. I really would love like colored lighting with like different greens and purples. I think that would look really great. I think,
yeah.
but
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see how it goes with these BAM interviews. You guys are the first BAM winners, first BAM interviewers, and or interviewees. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.